Good morning. How's everybody? And I hope everybody had a good weekend. So we're going to talk about a few things this morning while we swim to work. That's what I do. I swim to work. I had to pick up some fuel. Now everything's cool. It's fucking cold as shit here, by the way. Like it is. It's a balmy 10 degrees right now. So I guess since yesterday, the temperature went up like 18 degrees because it was like -8 yesterday. Still got this nagging cold, so you'll forgive me coughing a little bit. Oh yeah, some people had some comments on my other videos that were less than flattering, and that's cool. But again, I didn't hear you guys saying that what I was saying wasn't true, or trying to bring some sort of coherent argument. It was just insults and the fact that I smoke and blah blah blah. Shit like that. Well, liberals can't be expected to argue using logic and facts, so they attack your character, they attack whatever they can attack. It was really cool to watch them squirm because they have nothing. All they can do is say, "Oh, you smoke." Okay. See, these are grown fucking people, man. That'd be like, if like an 8-year-old said that shit, I'd be like, okay, they're 8. These are fucking grown adults. You smoke and you're ugly. Okay. I don't understand how that has anything to do with what I was talking about. So I guess basically liberals are fucking little kids trapped in adults. Maybe that's why most of them are pedophilians. They're pedophiles, or whatever you want to call them. Maybe that's why they're pedophiles, because they're little kids trapped in adult bodies. Because, they'll buy that shit, they'll buy anything else. Stupid. Anyway, the kids in Washington, won't somebody think of the children? But no, it's a bunch of white kids, so it's okay to fucking pummel on them and fucking make fun of them and harass them and shit and threaten them, right? It's okay to do that because they're white kids. Had this been any other group of kids they did this shit to, they would have been fucking tarred and feathered in the media. Sorry, the heat's on. It's fucking cold as shit, so it's kind of loud in here. But anyway, a bunch of black Israelites, and if you don't know who that is, it's a group. It's a rabid group of fucking idiot racists and bigots who run around preaching hate constantly. You don't have to believe me or take my word for it, just Google them. And fucking some Native Americans, which is, I'm ashamed of them being quarter Native American. I am absolutely fucking ashamed of these assholes. Because that's not what Native Americans do. Their actions were disgusting. Could you imagine if it was a bunch of white people telling African people to go back to fucking Africa? How fucking, the media would fucking go crazy, man. They'd be like, oh my God, it's happening. But no, since they're white kids, it's okay for a bunch of adults to bully them. Because they know the media will pick up on that shit and run with it. Because they're fake news. That's what we mean by when we say fake news. When conservatives say fake news, that's exactly what we're talking about. be a month before this cough goes away, probably. Maybe longer because I'm ugly and I smoke. That's a coherent argument. You know, where do they, like, and another thing that really bothers me is like, these are white children that go to a private school, and they were wearing some red MAGA hats, right? Why is it that, you can pick on these motherfuckers? They're not considered children. But a black teen that's like 15 and 16 shooting at the police and getting killed by the police because he was shooting at them, he's just a kid, right? They're just kids. But it's okay to bully these white kids. They're not kids, they're grown fucking adults, right? At 17 and 16. Or however the fuck old they were. They were still in school. Okay? I think it was a private high school. And they were there for the March for Life. So, there's another strike against them. These motherfuckers care about living things. So they gotta be total scumbags. And the black Israelites were screaming anti-homosexual shit. Again. Hey, Don Lemon, aren't you a fucking homosexual? Do you not care? These assholes were out there screaming all kinds of anti-LGBT, BD, asterisk, fucking whatever the fuck they call themselves now, shit. See, we just make fun of you. We don't scream anti-shit about gays. That kid was just standing there doing what most of us would do. Personally, if that motherfucker would have got in my face banging that drum, I would have shoved that drumstick up his fucking ass, and he would have been wearing that drum around his fucking neck like a necklace. And come to find out, big fucking shocker, this Indian guy or Native American guy is known for being a piece of shit. Shit. Excuse me. So the guy he's a fucking race baiter, an activist. He's nothing more than a piece of shit and a crybaby. Meanwhile, these kids are getting doxxed, and people are threatening their lives and shit because of the fucking news. The news, if anything happens to anybody from these media outlets, and you know who you are, you should be criminally held liable. Should be held to the fucking most stringent fucking laws and brought up on fucking charges if anything happens to somebody because you guys spewed this anti-white bullshit. And that's what it is. Had these kids been black and wearing MAGA hats, you wouldn't have said shit. Even if they got harassed, you still wouldn't have said shit. You wouldn't have said anything either way. If they harassed them or they got harassed, you wouldn't have said fucking one thing either way. It wouldn't have been a news story because it wasn't a bunch of evil white people doing shit. Fucking unbelievable, man. Grown fucking adults who are always claiming that they want equality and they don't want bullying and shit. Fucking screaming and bullying a bunch of kids because those kids happen to believe in don't believe in abortion, I should say. and they support the president. So let's go fuck with them. Crazy, man. This is fucking padded room shit. It is. It's fucking padded room shit. It's unbelievable horse shit. And yes, I guess yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure, but Kamala Harris announced she's running for president. Shit. What a fucking gift to the Republicans. Or the conservatives. Here's a woman who started off her career by having an affair with a married man who's been a constant joke. I don't give a shit if Kamala Harris is a person of color. She's a POS and a racist. And going by what happened with Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation, she's also a person who does not give a shit about due process. Yeah. Boy, I can't wait to go vote for that fucking psychotic shit. People from California and New York should be banned from running for office of any kind. There's a woman, who's constantly bashing the president. And of course, she announced it on Martin Luther King Day. Because, she's black. So, that means something now. The color of your skin means everything. And your sexuality, that means everything. It's disgusting that the Democrats and the left have taken Martin Luther King's legacy and flushed it down the fucking toilet. They don't flush their shit down the toilet. Just Martin Luther King's legacy. And they're priming his only granddaughter to be an anti-American bigot, race-baiting piece of crap. They've actually, for the last 50 years, they've done nothing but shit on everything that guy said. But they claim to celebrate him. The only ones celebrating Martin Luther King Day are the people who actually listen to his message. And his message was, superficial shit don't matter, like the color of your skin or your sexual orientation or any of that shit. What matters is the content of your character. But leave it to the far left to sully his good name, especially on the day where we should remember what the fuck his message was. But they don't understand what his message was. I think that's what it is. They've become so power hungry and retarded and filled with hate that they have no idea what this guy was talking about. Yeah, I remember the speech. If you ask a liberal, do you remember the Martin Luther King speech? Yeah, he got up there and he said, yeah, all white people suck. White people are evil. And all blacks and gays and everybody else, should fight against them constantly. And Trump is an asshole. That's what the fuck he said, right? Fucking unbelievable, the horse shit that you have to listen to when you turn it on the TV at any given time. So I don't really watch it too much. My wife watches television, and that's fine. She can't understand why I fucking hate the news. She does in a way, and in a way she doesn't. I have a visceral hatred for fucking mainstream media. I really do. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there, just like me, who have a fucking visceral hatred for the mainstream media. Trust me. Google and them, they ain't any fucking better. You know, you kind of wonder, does this shit even exist? Well, that's because for the last 50 or 60 years, this is the only shit they've ever pushed. Is victimization of certain groups so that they can maintain power. The Democrats in this country have always been the party of hate and division, going all the way back to the Civil War. Who started the Civil War? Let me think about it. The fucking Democrats. You know why they started the war? Because they didn't want to give up their slaves. And even after the war was over and the slaves were freed, they remained pissed till this day, figuring out a way to get their slaves back. It's sickening that there are people out there in this country that actually believe the fucking crap that comes out of their mouths. I mean, and it's like, and they have such a fucking denial of reality. Trump is all these horrible things. He's a bigot and all these isms and phobes. Really. But you go back fucking like before he ran for president, and he was the greatest dude ever. The NAACP giving him awards. Hillary Clinton loved the guy. She loved his money anyway, as long as he was donating fucking money and shit to the Democratic Party. That was okay. Right? Millions of people watched his television shows and thought he was cool. But no, he's president now, so he's a racist and a sexist and all this shit. Fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. It's stupid. It's almost like a form of fucking retardation. It really is. Oh yeah, they had the Women's March, which I heard was a joke. They were expecting like 1 million fucking people to show up, and only like 10,000 people showed up. Which means that people are getting smarter. Don't buy into all this. Look at the Women's March. Seriously. Watch the Women's March. With the exception of maybe a few idiots who have gotten sucked into it, most of those women are fat, ugly, disgusting, revolting bitches. Go ahead and fucking take the video down and do whatever you want. Don't give a fuck. Okay, I call it like I see it. Beauty is not fucking what you say it is. Beauty is what we determine beauty to be. Screaming and hollering like a bunch of banshees You know, all these fucking liberal talking points would have been debunked a million fucking times. One thing I'll give them, they fucking cling to their lies. Like that motherfucker, what was that super glue commercial where the motherfucker like glues his helmet to the fucking steel beam? They stick to their lies like that, man. They really do. They stick to their lies like flies on shit. They are not going to give up their lies because that's all they fucking have in life. Excuse me. That's what I don't understand about them, man. It's like if this was like 100 years ago. See, they keep talking about like 100 years ago, right? Yeah. If this was 100 years ago, these women would be married to a dude. They'd probably have a couple kids by now. And they'd be doing all right. Even the ugly ones would have been married to somebody and doing okay. But no, now they're just fucking losers running around screaming all the time. I swear to God, it's the same fucking people over and over again. It's like that's like their profession. That's all they do is just run around and scream and holler all the time. We want equal rights! Really? Okay, you have equal rights. No, we don't. And they were talking about the fucking wage gap and it was priceless. Almost every job I've ever had, the women that worked there made more money than me. So fuck your wage gap. Man. This is the funniest shit I've ever heard of, man. Really. Like, and they had some bitches there. You know, the wage gap keeps getting bigger and bigger. It was like 80 cents and then 75 cents and then 70 cents. And there were some bitches on there talking about it was 36 cents on the dollar. They're like, oh yeah, we make 36 cents on the dollar for what a man makes. Excuse me, I gotta hack that shit up. Get that fucking cold out of my lungs. How the fuck did my brother get ahead of me? No shit. Anyway, these fucking people, man, I'm telling you. Shit, I dropped my cigarette. Oh well, it's okay. I'm not worried about it. Oh, ow. Okay, I'm worried about it. These fucking people, man, are bitching and crying all the time. Talking about some invisible wage gap. 36 cents on the fucking dollar. Give me a fucking break, man. One woman was talking, you know, she had like one of those stupid outfits on, like from Handmaid's Tale. She was talking about she made $5 less than the other people, and she runs the whole operation. And the other guys are men. There was all kinds of shit. She was like, well, they're contractors. Okay, they're contractors. That means that they have a contract with whatever company that you're working for. Look, I work with lots of people that were contractors. They made more fucking money than I did. That means they asked for more money. Fucking asked for more money and shut the fuck up. Anyway, I need to get the fucking work. so I can pay for all the lazy ass welfare recipients. Oh yeah, by the way, keep the keep the keep the government shut down forever. Starve these motherfuckers out until they give us our wall. Anyway,